The spectacular mountain views and the scenic beauty of its surrounding make the country one of the major tourist destinations of the world. Nepal is a multicultural and multilingual country with more than 101 different ethnic people speaking 70 different dialects. Newars, the indigenous inhabitant of Kirtipur, Kathmandu, Nepal, have their own origin, identity, culture, tradition, and profession. Different ritual performances have made the Newars somehow different and peculiar than other caste and ethnic groups. Traditionally, marriage here encompasses a number of meanings apart from being a legalized way of uniting two people. A number of ceremonies are observed before, during, and after the wedding. Mehendi, not typically a traditional way, but still has been representing the bond of matrimony and hence has sustained its importance as a pre-wedding ritual known as shagun in this modern era. Shopping for the wedding clothes can be like going on a safari for tigers. You know what you want, but in the process, you see a lot great pieces, but not the target itself. In Newar society, drinking comes quite naturally. It is socially as well as ritually indispensable. There are at least 3 to 4 varieties, and liquor is brewed at home. Drinking and making offerings, liquor is part of many social and religious occasions. Traditionally, as with the liquor and shopping groceries for party known as bhoj is done by bride and groom's family themselves.
ya
Fasilata la
la midula wala paka poti zakita ya jesna ala topia ya
ala poneta la
mo ta thawa halo ala gaka moni
aga punjul
a punjul ska kaida pada berapa
Jewelry gifted to woman at the time of her marriage symbolizes wealth, power, and femininity. From the practice of generations, these gifts still continue without any abruption.
Không đào nên chúng ta bịa cái bây giờ mình chỉ ta hay mistake ta để cái sự gì muốn ta sẽ làm gì mà là vì chúng ta sẽ không पर्फेक्ट ल खमीले जुन त्यहाँ चाहिँ खमीले जुनी चाहिँ त छ रेस्पेक्टिभ लागि छ आदर ठे त्यहाँ फेर्न खिप्टी चलन्दु ठाउँ फेर्नका लागि चाहिँ अहिले लिपा मिस्किनु थाहा छैन मिजाउनु थाहा छैन दक्नु खसिर्न त असिन्जी
A marriage facilitator called Lummi is paid to play Cupid to arrange most Newar marriages.
जिमी चाहिँ आम 5 बिन्दा उन्दा सुनाउँदो बिहान यानी चाहिँ नि जिमी जनवरीमा आउँदो अनि 5 न जाने इन्का चाहिँ जाने 6 न जाने मज्यो अहिले जिरा अन सोकन बि अहिले अन चाहिँ जाने अलि आयो जिका त्यसको परम्परा ख जिमी जनवरीमा हो नापन हेसले जावती ठिकै त निरन्तर याउ लागि जिमी वन्दा सुनाउँदो थोछौ सुको साइड न खजिमो लागि जिगो साइड लाइफ बालै या मौजी.
The time period between the sending of Lakamori sweets and the actual wedding is called Payanaja. During this period, every Fuki or clan member invite the girl to their houses in turn and offer her delicious food with blessings. On the last day before the actual wedding, the maternal uncle has to invite her. Dressed in a special brocade sari and typical Newari jewels, bride welcomes each guest by offering them betel nuts and thanking them for coming and blessing her on this happy occasion. This party, which is organized couple days before the actual marriage from the bride's side of the family, is typically known as Lapte Bhoi. On the other hand, the groom's family would prepare for their side of party, also known as Lapte Bhoi, by noting down the list of people and distributing invitation cards among relatives, friends, and the neighbors. On the wedding day, the bridegroom's family organizes a procession known as Janti. Different kind of nuts, meat, vegetables, yogurt, especially sugarcane, and 2 pots containing a live fish are sent to the bride's house along with the procession as a sign of good relationship between the two families. The procession mostly consists of male relatives and friends of the family. After receiving tika and shagun with blessing and good luck, and having been entertained with delicacies, they leave for the bride's house, preceded by a typical musical group. This musical group is a part of the Guti. Kuti is represented as the group of people from the community. The procession reaches the bride's house walking, dancing, and enjoying along with the musical band without worrying about the distance to be covered to the bride's house. When the procession reaches the bride's house, they're welcomed and offered food. Among the 2 pots of fish and sugarcane, one is offered to the bride's uncle by the groom's uncle. Whereas the other pot of fish and yogurt is offered to the bride's father by the groom's father. Which is securely put away in the kitchen. Between these processes, the 2 families get introduced to each other by giving betel nuts. While Janti is busy playing music and dancing, the bride is offered with shagun and variety of gifts that are brought by the groom's family. During farewell, the bride is given different gifts by her family with tears in their eyes, as this is the moment of separation. After some time, the bride's maternal uncle or Baju carries her out of the house. He then goes around the vehicle 3 times, then presents her to the groom's family. The janti, along with the bride, then proceeds back to the groom's house, playing music and dancing in happiness. While janti is on its way, preparation of the meal for the groom's side of the party is going on. The bride is welcomed at the main gate by the senior-most member of the groom's family. She washes the bride's feet with holy water, gives her the bunch of house keys, and takes her inside the house. In the same time, preparation for the party is going on. Before anything is cooked, the groom's uncle has to worship the cooking pots. He then offers tika to the cook and his cooking team. After the bride enters the house, a wedding ceremony is organized for the well-being of the newly married couple, along with the introduction program with the groom's family members, starting from the eldest in the family. Two person, either family member or friend, is offered food. Only after they are done, the ceremony is considered complete. Newar marriages are extravagant affairs with the entire community as extended family members turning up to be a part of the celebrations. This is perhaps why the entire community, as witness to their lives, Newar lives, seem so charmed. This party, also known as Lapte Phoi, is special in its own ways. The speciality about this party is that all the guests are seated in a long rolling mat made out of straw and served food in a plate made out of leaves and liquor in a clay pot, whereas all the preparation of the meal is done by the family members as well as the group of people from the community themselves. Only after the bride serves liquor to the guests and get introduced to them, the groom's side of the party is considered a success. This is a ceremony where the newlywed are taken to the temple of Kuldevta, the main god of the family, the very next day of the wedding. The bride is introduced to the god as the new member of the family. Then, in front of the god, the groom puts sindoor on the bride's forehead as a ritual. The bride then bows down to her husband's feet and receives blessing from him. In the same way, they go around all the nearby temples to receive blessing from all the gods. They then enjoy their lunch around the same location. The rest of the family members are allowed lunch only after the newly wed are done.
Sunday चाहिँ निला रहेथे चाहिँ दुखिया चाहिँ मेरो जिउठो बिहा भए चाहिँ जिसे कोचाका हेडला चाहिँ ठो बिहा भए यही ठाउँले चाहिँ विदेशी चलन न गाउँया चौडु बिरो जिसे चाहिँ छोटा चाहिँ लिजिला जिउ नेवा यो संस्कृति अनुसार जिसे चाहिँ बिहा भए जिसे नका ठो ठाउँ जि सिरे रंगलो डक्को परिवार यही ठो भए बिहा भए सिरौली ठो मेरो जिउ बिहा कार्यक्रम ज्याजो सिरौली जिसन परिवार जन्द फुक्क चाहिँ खुशी बिहा चुना चौडु.
This is when the wedding is socially and ritually complete.